How's it going? Prideceratops here, and I'm with Fixxitt, who is appropriately addressed for the occasion.
Hello. Am I appropriately dressed? Oh, I
Yeah, I mean,
am.
you're wearing pants and your shirt's buttoned up.
Why would I do that? We're recording this nighttime.
know.
Hold on. I need to change.
Yeah,
this.
so here we are this is Rome of Vasten, right?
This is. I wish it was in a lot of ways.
I like how you
This
have
is
one pant
amazing.
leg on.
Oh, there we go. My nighttime party skin. Okay, now I'm ready. Now I am appropriately dressed.
All right.
So we're in ArdaCraft. We're in ArdaCraft
Yes.
again. It's our return to ArdaCraft, and ironically, it's exactly where we left off last time we did this, like a year ago.
So we're going to tour the exact same thing and say the exact same words. We wrote down the script, actually.
Yes, exactly. Just with like better mic quality and a little bit more experience of recording. No, actually, what we're going to do is we're just going to walk and talk about world building and that whole thing. Pride has a lot of experience with world building, and I have some. And I thought it would just be interesting to sort of take a scenic walk down this road, heading away from. This is Bree, by the way. This area that we looked at before.
Right.
And we're just gonna head down this road and just sort of talk about scenery, talk about the world, talk about things like probably talk about some Vasten, talk about just things that are interesting to us and all that kind of stuff. And what do you think of that, Pride? Good?
I think it's good. I mean, I love coming on to like worlds like this and lately ArdaCraft.
I've got to get on ArdaCraft. I've never
you really
been there
do.
still.
Because even though we don't have a lot of the same blocks and stuff that Conquest Reforged has,
Right.
or even like ArdaCraft has their own mod, there's still a lot of things that we can take from this and apply it to Vasten or Surviving with Pride.
Right.
I mean, like, I'm getting ready for season 2 of Surviving with Pride, and we're kind of doing like you do. I'm going really far away, not like Solea far, but
Yeah.
I'm sitting here thinking I'm going through a lot of planes in my world to get to season 2, and I also have like a week and a half gap between when I think 1.14 is going to come out and like when season 1 ends.
Right.
And tell me this wouldn't look great in my world. Just like a road like this with all these different farms and stuff and
Seriously.
bushes along.
That's the problem. Is whenever you're playing in a long-term survival world, this is what I want paths to look like, but they don't. What they look like is just path block that stretches on for 15,000 blocks in a straight line. You know.
I know some folks like Sausage is really good about doing this on his worlds, but he also picks locations that are really close to each other.
Exactly. Yeah.
And they make a little bit more sense than. Oh, right. I forgot we passed through leaves on here. I mean, even this is just like
It's perfect.
fallow field.
Yeah, it's just freaking perfect. It's just perfect. Like, this is the kind of thing that you need to have in your world. Yeah, even this, I really love. One thing I've really taken from them is that in ArdaCraft here, they set their time in early autumn, so a lot of the fields are being harvested, which is so much more interesting than just a field of wheat, right?
I will say the one thing I really wish about, like my world or even Vasten, is we have game tick on, and so all of our wheat, all of our crops always grow all the time, and we can't just set them to a specific growth.
Right.
And I know, I don't know if ArdaCraft does it, but I know ArdaCraft they have different stages of wheat growth because I think they're in like spring or early summer.
Oh, okay. So they have a lot of like low crops and things.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, there's some concessions you make when you play survival versus
There absolutely are.
creative. You know, I think both you and I see the world. We see the world like creative builders, but we're doing it in survival. If that kind of makes sense, you know. And there you have to do some things. You know, you have to have some cow pastures that are literally there to actually eat and things like that. You know, because
absolutely. Yeah. That's the big difference between. I mean, I've done a lot of survival and I've done a lot of creative, and there's definitely some stuff that translates well, but then there's definitely some stuff that, like you were saying, like there has to be stuff that's form and function.
There is, and no matter how big you go in survival, I'd like to think we go pretty big on Vasten, but it's not going to be this big ever without like world edit. You know, I mean or unless you have a build team of 30 people. You know,
a lot of it is also generation. I mean,
that's true.
Minecraft doesn't look like this.
Exactly.
I was just sitting here looking at this, and this is something I want in my world. These like rivers and creeks, but just because of the elevation of the way Minecraft works,
yeah,
it's so hard to do.
Yeah, even just like even even another level of that is the rolling hills. Like if you look in any direction, the hills go a certain direction, you know, and that doesn't do. Now you can do it by hand, even if you only did it within view of the road, even. But even that is just a lot of massive undertaking. Yeah,
that's some stream project for me right there.
I mean, totally. But even that's thousands of stream projects. Do you know the streamer Celtic Daddy?
I'm familiar with him. Yeah.
I stopped by his stream. He streams because of time zones. He streams whenever I'm always with the kids, so I can not usually stop by. But I stopped by the other day, and he does projects that are just astoundingly huge, all survival and all streamed, you know, which is amazing. But even that, as huge as they are, and they are huge, they're not like this. No. You know, and I know this is done with Terrain Gen and you know, World Ed and all that kind of stuff. I know, but that's one man's like life goal is to make one huge project, and we're not nearly the scope that it would take to do this. You know what I mean? So I don't know how you can translate this into survival.
Such a simple gate idea that we can totally do in our, you know, our version. It's just strip log, stair, and trapdoor, and it's such a simple little gate. I was also looking at this and wondering if we have anything that could be like this. This is like just freshly cut grass, you know.
It is really nice.
Not necessarily wheat, but grass, and I don't know that we have anything even remotely close to that. We just have hay bales.
Just hay bales, and they even have slabs too. It looks like. I think these are slabs, right?
I've got auto jump turned on. I've got to turn this off.
Oh, you know, I wonder if I do too. It's making me nuts because I'm crawling up leaves and everything. No, I don't. It must be that leaf thing, because you can, if you walk into leaves,
you can pass through leaves in the Conquest Reforged mod. Yeah.
You're right. It's a very cool gate thing. I like how some are open. I like how they're not even diagonal. That one that you just looked at, it's like staggered, you know, and that's a really interesting from a building technique. This is going in my playlist called Build Study, so I guess we should study build. What's interesting about this is it's not even diagonal. It's just one block ajar, and I think that's a really good way to handle that. I'm glad you pointed that out. That's very cool.
I think if I remember from my creative days, they call this a 45-degree angle.
Oh.
It's not quite 90, but you know, like if it's extended longer, a lot of people build that angle.
Yeah, you're right.
I've done that myself. And this is nice. I mean, it's just like a little small. Does anybody live here? Yeah, somebody lives here. Just a small, you know, somebody that works out here in the fields and stuff.
It is amazing, and again, it's a creative thing, so it's more possible. But every house that they do is furnished, which is just. Man, that's a level of world detail that I can't.
Well, some of us actually do play like that, though, Fix.
You don't
some of us
detail build every house.
Not yet. I'm actually getting to that point because I'm about to have my world tour. So
yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is something I want to do on my world. This is something I wanted to do on Vasten, but geez, you know how much time? Like just going down the roads and you know, topping a house here or a tavern here, you know.
I mean,
just along the whole length of the road.
This house is so simple, but in survival, this house, that's like a 2.5 hour long project, because not only is it the house itself, you have to go get the materials, so no big deal there, but like say dead coral for up there, you know, which we use. I don't know. I haven't seen you do it. Do you use barrier blocks on Surviving with Pride? No,
I haven't used any yet.
We've made that concession. So, and dead coral actually, even though it's not animated anymore in Germs Pack, it's really good for smoke. You know, it's a lot better than cobwebs.
Look at this. I had never considered the stairs right below the full blocks.
Like going in. That's weird.
Yeah. I took a screenshot of that because normally when I do a roof like this, you know, the stone, I go up with the stone and then start the roof in one block, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, you got it one of two ways: either go in or go out, but not flush.
Yeah. And with the full blocks, I usually try and avoid going out, you know, just because I hate that shut.
You know,
that real square.
Unfortunately, we can't put down blocks. If I could, what I would do is I would say I never do two textures that are on the same vertical plane, or even really horizontal plane, but especially vertical plane that are different textures. I always try to make one in or out foreground wise, but this stair actually alleviates that issue. That is,
gives it a little bit of extra depth in there, like fake depth.
Yeah, and it just solves that problem. And then when you're down, you get more of the detail because you see the underbelly there of that block. That is again,
so it gives it a fake look of an overhang without having a full block extended out.
Yeah, that's a really good technique. I'm going to be using that. That's really interesting. Wow, really cool.
Is this a window? Yeah, it is. Okay. I like it. It's just like right there in the middle of all that brush.
I sometimes wish I know it wouldn't work because they use the Conquest mod, not just the texture pack. But I sometimes wish I could see this in like Germ's texture pack because it would help me understand better. You know, because I don't know Conquest that well. That I see things and like I can figure out what they are because I have enough experience, but I have to really think about what they are. But if I saw them in Germ's pack, I would instantly know what it is, you know, and it would help me sort of comprehend better.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, especially, you know, if you're not that one leaf. That was funny. I like they have like the dropping leaf animations.
Yeah. Well, we could have that, right? That's a client-side mod, isn't it?
I think that's part of oh god, what is it called?
Better foliage.
Better foliage, yes.
Yeah,
which you know,
that's
I'm in snapshots, and I don't think it's up to 113 yet.
Yeah, I don't think much is even better. Even inventory tweaks isn't 130. I was just looking for it the other day.
Oh, I know.
Even that's not. I was shocked.
Also, like as we're walking down, just seeing the sort of the progression of what the fields look like. I mean, the closer to Brie, they're all still planted, but out here not so much. And I think I've seen a an image to where they sort of lay out how their farming works, and I think all of this is livestock. They obviously don't have animals for like lag reasons and stuff out here,
right.
but I have a feeling that's what this, and like this is all, you know, hay to feed.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Probably sheep. Right here.
In fact, actually, this house they did interesting. Even the front side of it has the stair overhang.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Probably
that's the way to another way to prevent doing the full overhang.
I'm going to use this for a hamlet. I'm going to use this exact technique because we have the black shingles. I'm going to build this exact house.
If you come through the bushes in the back, they didn't do it on the back. They actually did a full overhang on the back.
How weird. I would love to know what the thinking is on that. It's cool. Maybe just to get the bushes underneath. I bet that's what it was.
Yeah, maybe.
I love looking at the little details like that. I just find that to be so fascinating.
Yeah, I really like the way they do the inside of their roofs as well. Sort of like the rafter style stuff. They always have so many different unique rafter styles in here, and that's always something I struggle with, coming up with like different ideas other than just throw a bunch of stairs up there and cover up my roof block.
Yeah. It's true. I like using the slab, and you still see some of the roof block. That's not something that I generally do either.
You know, these beams, which are equivalent, you know, their equivalent of stripped logs, to give it a little bit more structure too.
It is, and you know, it's actually really interesting that the beams don't go down to the ground too. That's not something I generally do. Usually, I would bring one of the beams down to the ground, but yeah, this is really cool.
I think just like personal construction experience, this building's not really so heavy and big that they would need like a load-bearing pole.
Right, that makes sense.
I think that's the thought process here.
Pretty narrow. Yeah, it's cool. That's awesome.
Did we just... Are we going... Hold on. I feel like we just missed all of this over here. There's like a few houses over here.
I think we're headed that... Are we not? Oh, no, it just goes off the road.
No, because that little house was right over there. We just completely missed all of this. Oh, yeah, okay, there's another road up there.
Yeah, okay, we just weren't to the road yet. Oh, there's like a town here. Oh, this is cool. Wow, this is really... Man.
Let's land where we said we were going to walk.
Man, this is really nice. Man.
This gazebo. Oh, I need this. I need this in Season 2. This is going to fit perfectly with what I'm thinking.
Yeah, this is really well done.
This is so nice.
Yeah, the Conquest, yeah, it looks awesome, right? I mean, for sure. But even...
I can see this in vanilla.
Me too, totally. I mean, you just change, you know, the ropes for a fence or something. We have the lanterns, and I mean, this wouldn't take much to change this over to vanilla. And it just
no, absolutely. I mean, I think y'all have brown bricks too, right? And I've got brown bricks in mine. I mean, throwing around the wood. This is birch down here. Y'all have shingles. I mean, I'm just going to use terracotta, but I mean, it's yeah. That's a really well done design. So what do you think this is? Like a restaurant or like a... I don't know. I mean, I was thinking this might be like a farmstead. maybe so like a wealthier manor, like a wealthier family lives here, because I think this is a barn. Yeah, this is a barn over here. Yeah, this is definitely a farming establishment.
Huh, just like a family. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I think they just might be a little bit wealthier. Maybe they own a bunch of the fields around here and stuff.
Oh, these steps are great.
Look at
They're
these
not straight.
stables. Oh yeah, that's awesome. I was just going. I went in the other side.
Man,
Look at I like these stables so much.
Yeah.
Like different sizes. They're pushed back a little bit, so they're not all on the same level.
What's on the back?
And then it looks.
Oh, there's a way through.
Yeah, I was about to say, it looks like there's another door over here for like a tack room and stuff back here, and where they got the thatch. Well, there's not actually a tack room on this place.
What is a tack room? What is that? What is it?
So a tack room would be like where they would keep like spare saddles and horseshoes and anything like needed to you know, for the horse or horses or mules or whatever you've got.
Okay.
Almost like a supply room, but specifically for equestrian stuff.
You know what's a technique that I never do that I really want to start doing is putting houses up off the ground, like the first floor up off the ground.
Oh, stilted up. Yes.
Yeah, because like I think I know about that technique, but I never use it because like this is so effective. Like when you walk up here, because it gives you an excuse. Oh, that's the wrong way. Yeah, through here. It gives you an excuse to do a really interesting little stairway out, which not only takes up space but gives you some added like sort of vertical depth coming up.
Absolutely. And also, I mean, it kind of depends on your environment too. You know, like if you're in a floodplain, it makes even more sense.
Well, that's true too. Yeah. I mean, to be totally honest, I don't usually think things through quite that realistically in Minecraft, although that makes total sense. Generally, I just think, well, what would look cool in this particular setting and try to build something like that, you know?
Well, you know, I found that in Solea, a lot of y'all's houses are either on the ground, or I've even seen a couple that are down. And that's something that's really prevalent in like colder environments, is they dig down a little bit, and you know, part of the house would be underground, so maybe Minecraft wise a block or two, and that helps keep all that heat in, because you don't have air on the sides, you have the ground, which retains a lot more heat.
Actually, you know, it's interesting. Most of that stuff, I'm pretty sure most of the houses that are down weren't down, and we just built them up because of like with snow, and that's how that look kind of came to be, just by landscaping.
So I don't understand the glowstone in here.
Do we have the overlay? Yeah, I have the overlay going.
Is there something I'm missing? I think so. Hold on.
I'm fairly sure. Fortnite yelled at me because I messed this up last time. I'm fairly sure you're supposed to have the AC overlay on top and then Conquest Reforged under it.
Okay, I have the overlay. It was not enabled. Let me throw it on real quick.
But I still see it. Still looks like glowstone.
It still looks like, yeah, it was glowstone. I middle clicked it. So
yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I almost feel like I've been here before. I think I've been here before, Brian. I think I've been in this room. I think I may have been here with Fortnite, actually, who told me what that was, and I'm such a dummy. I don't actually remember what he said, but
Fortnite's gonna yell at you.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, be nice. Be nice. I don't remember what it is. I love these houses though. I love everything about it. I love, you know, I did a little tour of Kalahal today with Callus and Zai. I
am offended. I wanted that city.
Well, too late. I already recorded it. But you know, it's interesting because that was my second vanilla town I ever built ever, and I talked about in that video how, you know, when you start Minecraft early and you start building your first town, generally most people who start, unless you're like Callus, who started Minecraft very recently but had watched like a zillion Minecraft videos, so he just starts as an expert, you know. But like most of us start where you're like, okay, so the town, this is going to be oak roofs and stone brick accents and cobblestone base, and then literally every house you build in that town is exactly that palette, you know.
Right. And
then as you grow, you're like, that's not how cities look, you know. Like every house, it doesn't look the exact same, and you kind of grow out of that, you know.
Right.
And I love how these all these buildings totally fit together, but they all are different, and I think that's just brilliant.
I mean, and like just looking at specifically this one, the barn has a thatch roof because it's. I mean, it's important, but it's not going to be as nice as the house itself.
Right.
The house is timber frame, a lot more timber frame than the barn is. So it's still very much the same style. You can tell that probably the same people constructed it.
Right.
It's mostly the same materials, but it's obvious that like people live here, the farm owners live here, farm hands live here, and then you've got the barn.
Yeah.
Oh, and give me a couple minutes. I'll be. I gotta use the can. And I mean, you could actually do this in vanilla.
Yeah.
Look at this outhouse.
In fact, we talked about that today. We talked about that as being a space filler. Did they actually go the next level? They actually did. They actually went the next level and made it actually like emptyable. Wow, that's awesome. But you know, those kind of things are a really good space filler in a city. You know, if you're building a big town, and you always have those kind of awkward spaces, and what we usually do is plop a tree in, right? Just plop
a tree or a boulder or just some green space.
Right,
yeah.
exactly. And but you don't think about like, oh, like an outhouse could be there, a well could be there, like actual town things, a cart. I think is that kind of stuff. So especially if you gotta have like the wheel texture in some way, either painting or trapdoor or whatever you have.
I will say you got to be careful with the outhouse one though, because you don't want that like sitting right next to your main road. You want that one kind of off the beaten path a little bit.
Right.
What is this place?
I have been here before. I knew it. I knew I've been here. Yeah, I checked out this quarry.
With Fournette. Is this a quarry?
I'm almost
this is
sure
great because I'm working on a quarry as well.
I have seen this.
You have seen this place, but I haven't. I like the little tent here. I like the little blood on the ground. I guess somebody got hurt on the job.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So are all these just like worker houses then, I guess? Or are they storage? Oh, they look like worker. No, this is a bathhouse. Oh, this is very nice.
This is a worker house. There's like tools on the tables and stuff.
Which one'd you?
Just the one slightly up the hill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man, I wrote on Twitter. Follow me, Fixxitt412 on Twitter. I'm so bad at Twitter. I'm the worst. Anyway, I wrote on Twitter today that I'm so super inspired right now. Like, it ebbs and flows, and I'm so inspired.
Yes.
And I'm like, I want to build this, and I want to build this, and I want to build this, and this, and this, and all my ideas are huge, giant, epic structures, And then like, okay, so one of these is going to take like 40 hours in survival. All
right, so I got a good question for you while we're on this topic.
Yeah.
What is one of these mega builds that you want to do for Vasten that you feel like you're not going to get to? Just give me one. Just give me one of them.
Oh, I mean, I can tell you right now, the portal room in Solea, I wanted to do like 6 portals, and
geez,
it's not going to. The builds themselves would not be that bad, but it's the digging out the holes that it.
Yeah. And for any of my viewers who don't know Fixxitt, do you want to explain that real quick before I yell at them for not following you?
Okay, yeah. So it's an idea I came up with so we have like the whole world is based on lore and everything, and we have this one. It's an underground hallway passageway thing, and it's all hand dug, and there's portals that peer into other worlds, other Minecraft worlds. So like if you follow like comic books, like the DC multiverse would be maybe a good example, or alternate Earths and things like that. Like take for example like a world where like Germany won World War II, as I'm watching The Man in the High Castle right now. It's like an alternate timeline. So there's that. So what I wanted to have like maybe a portal to Surviving with Pride, for example, would be a great one. So like inside one of these portals that you can only look inside, you can't go inside, but you're going to look in and you're going to see a build from like your world, maybe like I'd reproduce one of Germsy's castles, or reproduce Welsknight's one of his cities, which I think actually will get done. And Vasten dimensions, that kind of thing. But these rooms are like 100 by 100 by 50 or 60 underground.
Jeez.
And and then not only that, but you have to fill them all with black wool, ceilings, walls, and carpet.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Because I was sitting here thinking, I've seen them, but I haven't heard the dimensions yet.
Yeah.
And I've been watching you work on this thing, and like, I'm about to do a 100 by 250 by 50 build or dig for my storage room.
Oh yeah, that's
and
big.
I mean, two of the rooms that you want to do 6 of is my storage building, and I'm already sitting here thinking like, I did all the math, and it's like 800 pickaxe repairs.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It's just,
Yeah.
oh my.
It's just a lot. It's just, and I think, and also, you and me, we're both up against sort of the timetable of, when season 2 or season 4 starts here fairly soon. And, we kind of have an ending date already sort of circled on the calendar. So I just, you don't want to start a huge project right before Yeah.
Yep.
So we're kind of in the polishing phase sort of this season where I want to finish big projects and then use the rest of the season to, plant a tree here or build an outhouse here and whatever, that kind of stuff, I wish we had, there's things I wish we had and like, but it's not possible to know. Like, I wish we had a lot more slabs of things like hay bale slabs, thatch slabs,
Yep. I have toyed around with the idea of a Surviving with Pride mod.
Would you make it yourself?
Yeah.
Because
I might get I might get a little help with. Oh, by the way, come look at this.
Oh wow, what is this?
It's a vent because there's a lot of horses in there pooping.
Oh wow,
so it helps some of that stench get out.
How do these guys know this stuff? Like, they must have experience with real life things. How, like, you would not know this unless you spent time on a farm, right?
Yeah,
I grew up in the country, but I didn't know that.
I have like some side ones in my stuff, or they're very open air, but this one's not open air at all.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that's nice.
I even like out here actually. This is interesting. This little thing, it doesn't seem like much until you really think about how there's 2 trapdoors on one side, but then only 1 on the other side. It's just an interesting asymmetric design, I think. Well, I guess it's kind of symmetric, but you know what I mean? Like, the front is lower than the back, and I think that is...
Yeah.
It's not what I would do. When I'm building, I wouldn't do that, and that's cool to think about.
Right, all the way around.
I like that. Man, this is great.
Yeah, I think my big build that may not ever get... It's not as daunting, but same amount of work. I want to do the dragon again.
Oh yeah,
But I think I want to go bigger. After doing the head last time, I felt like it was too small.
I know what that's insane and ridiculous to even say, but I kind of know what you mean to get because you have to use full blocks basically. To get the amount of detail and curve and shape and stuff.
And so anybody that's newer to my channel and doesn't know what I'm talking about, I will link that video in the iCards. I did a dragon head on Vasten. I think the head was like 7 shulker boxes of bone.
Yeah, right.
And I want that for Surviving with Pride one day, but I think I kind of want it like, it's not straight line, but 1,500 blocks in length.
That's amazing.
Suck it, Rendog. I'm just kidding. Please don't get mad at me. I love your dragon. Wow, this is really cool, but I guess the road ends here, yeah? And then it just goes into wilderness from this point.
Oh, I don't see wilderness. Oh, are you just flying? Oh, fine. Take a look.
Yeah, I'm just up, and I mean, the road just stops to the quarry, and after that is just the world.
Well, no, not this way. Oh, you mean, I think that's just an offshoot of the road that goes to the quarry, but the road that we were on just keeps going.
Oh, I see now.
Like, whichever, west. We're just walking to the west.
Well, we came in that direction.
Oh, we did?
That's not the right button.
Yeah,
we came in that right direction. So we needed to go back out the other end of the farm.
Oh, like the little time. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I didn't realize it kept going. I thought it just branched over to that.
Well, I might be wrong because I didn't even know which direction we were going. So I don't know. I don't know. By the way, I should just say where we are. So if you don't know, if you're new, because I know it's astounding to me that people don't know about this server, but I think a lot of people don't. This is ArdaCraft. It's a reproduction. We didn't even say this. It's a reproduction of the Lord of the Rings world, according to the books, not the movies.
Which was written by J.K. Rowling, right?
Yes, J.K. Rowling, the same, the famous author who wrote all the famous fantasy books that we all know of.
Star Wars, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
The Game of Thrones stuff.
Yes, she used to go by the name Anne Rice, but then changed it.
Oh, I can feel that. Is this Bree?
I don't know. I have no idea where. No.
This is Bree.
We walked so far. This can't be Bree. Oh, it is Bree.
Look at the
must be
map.
a circle. We must be in a circle.
Yeah, but this road doesn't go to Bree.
Yeah, that's the field that we looked at. I have no idea how we got here. I have no idea. It doesn't even.
We're just like on the south end. We started on the east end.
Yeah.
What is this?
But if you want to check out this world, Pride and I are not whitelisted or anything special. We're just regular, normal people who just log on. So it is ArdaCraft.me is their website, and you can just go there. They have their own launcher, so you don't even have to do anything. It's like the easiest thing possible to do. You just go to ArdaCraft.me, you download their launcher, and it takes care of everything. All you have to do is log on with your Minecraft information, and you can just log on and look at this beautiful world. You don't have to download a texture pack. It does it all for you.
Nope.
And
it's all in there.
I cannot recommend strongly enough. I know that they're always sort of on the lookout for. Oh, hello.
This is a lot of tobacco.
Wow, this is really cool. We could do this. I mean, you could do this in vanilla with essentially any plant, any of the 2 high plants, and it wouldn't look exactly the same, but you'd get the idea, you know.
Look at the size of this wheat field, Fix.
You know what else too that I always think of when I do big wheat fields, I just do like. Essentially every block is just wheat except for the one and then if it reverts back to farm or to dirt before I plant it, then I just let it stay dirt, and that's how I get the little patchiness. But what I like about the way they do it is they do it with all the streaks of paths and stuff, and that's something I really would like to add. Like but of course it's diagonal, so it's brilliant.
Yeah, not only that, but they have like little flowers and grass to be like weeds.
It's really a level of detail.
It's really nice where they have like the big trees still.
Yes. Yeah.
Like maybe this was just, I mean, and you can see there's a boulder in this one. So this was just too much for them to move. So they just said, we'll go around it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really amazing. But yeah, so I can't recommend enough. If you're watching either of our 2 videos, go to ArdaCraft.me and just download the launcher, and you can just get on, and you're in a mode where you can't break anything. See, I'm trying to break something, I can't. And you can just walk around the world, and you don't even need to know where to go. Like, you can warp places and stuff, but I would say just get on and walk. Just get on and walk, and don't fly, and just see this amazing, spectacular world, because it is just nuts. It's just crazy. Like, even this, look at this forest. I'd be so proud of myself if I built a forest like this. We've been talking a little bit about forest. Here's another thing I do that's dumb. Whenever I build a custom forest, I've only built 2 in my life. But when I build one, I'm like, okay, this is an oak forest. So I build literally all oak trees. That's not how forests are.
Nope.
Forests have different kinds of trees.
A lot of different types of trees, yeah.
And Minecraft doesn't do that real well natively, generally. Like if you walk in a dark oak forest, it's for the most part dark oak. I know there's the occasional oak tree, but since you can do custom trees and stuff in Minecraft, and on Vasten we use structure blocks for trees, so it's even easier yet. One of the things I'd really like to do is do a lot more custom for. But look, there's like birch trees in here, whatever these are, I don't know. But it's
I think another, while we're talking about forests, another good thing that they do here that's something I do as a map maker is look around the trees. It's not grass. But then you get to here, and if you look up, there's a little bit of sunlight, and there's grass here. And so it's not all just dirt and podzol, and it's also not all just grass. And, I also like, anybody that's never been in the woods may not realize this, but sometimes you have really, really dense, can't pass through forests, but sometimes you have kind of open ones.
Right. It's true.
And you got to think about like wildlife running through. They're not going to want to run through this. They create little pathways for themselves to go through.
Yeah, I mean, you can almost see past here, like kind of the way that as we're walking through this, the way that we would naturally walk, we sort of seek out past. Even though in this mod you can walk through leaves, my normal mode of travel in video game or real life is I kind of walk around them, and I think you're naturally going to do that, and so why not make the map that way? But I really like what you said about where to put grass and where to put like podzol and coarse dirt and stuff, because it's true. Like if you look up and you see a canopy, that might be a good place for brown, and if you look up and you see open air, that would be a good place for. This is a perfect example, actually, right here. You can see under these 2 trees. You can just see exactly where the sun doesn't hit, and it's really well done. I wonder if I bet this was all done by hand.
Probably. I mean, it's small enough to where they probably just went for it. I like their use of different sizes, and I mean, I can do this in my resource pack, and I think, do y'all have any walls that are barks in Vasten right now? I know Germ has one.
Not yet.
Okay.
I think he did Endstone, I think is...
And 114, yeah.
Yeah, is oak. I think Endstone is oak, and I think he has a birch add-on. Birch fences, I think, are the...
Oh yes, he does. He does.
But we don't.
And I mean, even you can still use fences in
yeah,
vanilla. You know, exactly. No texture pack and make trees like this
for sure.
That's the way I do mine. I do mine small trees, fences, tall trees, blocks.
You know what I did? I made way back in the day. I made mossy cobblestone walls, actually oak, way back in the early Vasten days. Because I thought, you know what? It'd be nice to have mossy cobblestone walls, but it'd be way nicer to have oak walls, you know? So I used a lot of them.
That's what I did in my pack, but with spruce.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised, everybody that watches me, I'm about to do mossy stone brick walls as birch.
Oh, yeah. See, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, it'd be nice to have those, for sure. But
they're so similar to the non-mossy variant that I'm not going to miss it.
Exactly. We've never had it before anyway, really. I mean, you know.
Yeah, look at this.
Yeah, this is
just a little creek going through here.
You know, I don't know if you know this or not, but Forned on the tour on one of the tours I took with him, he told us that all the streams actually lead to rivers and actually lead to an ocean.
Yes. Yep.
That's amazing.
I did know that.
In a world this big, that's unbelievable.
It makes me miss map making, and it makes me wish Minecraft was like this, but you know. It's so much work to make it like this on default generation.
Yeah, sure.
Map making is a lot of work anyway.
Do you regret in any way? Because you're Surviving Pride. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a completely vanilla like terrain gen, right?
Yes.
Do you ever regret not using like alternate terrain generation or something along those lines to pre-generate a big area of your world?
You know, I thought about that before I started. And there was a couple things I didn't know what would happen if I took it off.
Exactly.
Right.
You'd have real bad chunk borders.
Yeah. Not only that, but I just didn't know if the world would even load if I tried to load it in, you know, non-forge or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, and I feel like if I'm going to play modded, I'm going to go in modded. If I wanted to play survival, I want to stick as survival as possible. Data packs I don't consider data packs modded. But.
Yeah, it's debatable, but I don't think most people do. But I mean, data packs are generally not doing a lot outside of vanilla. It's not like you're adding jetpacks, you know. It's
right. I mean, so I thought about it, but I just decided nah, because I also thought about just painting.
I thought about that too. I thought about making a huge island and just keeping all of Vasten on that island. But then I thought, well, what happens in 4 years when we run out of space? Then what?
Or do you? I mean, you've never world painted, have you?
Barely. A little bit, not much.
Yeah. Think about how hard it would be to keep up with 4 years of iron and diamonds and stuff pre-painted map.
Well, the way we do it is because we do it in a real world. Put the custom island in. Like an ocean, and then have a nether path or something that goes to the regular Minecraft.
That works,
terrain or something, you know. But Pride, we're up against it. I didn't realize how long we've been going. So we need to call this today. But we're going to do more of these. More of these ArdaCraft things. And I am going to have Pride to do one of the Vasten cities with me, or towns or hamlets or something. Your call, except for Kalal. You can't pick Kalal.
Yeah. I see that.
I know you probably want to pick Spawn because it's so terrible and you can just relentlessly bust on me for it, but you can pick whatever you want.
That's too easy.
It is easy, yeah.
That's too easy.
It's rough. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. ArdaCraft.me.
Yes, that's going to be in my description.
Yeah, me too.
I'll probably throw it on the screen at some point.
I probably won't do that. That requires a lot more editing than I'm capable of. But listen. Check it out. Everyone here is super, super nice. I mean, I say this like every video, but almost every time I log on to ArdaCraft, someone's like, and they don't know me. They don't know me at all. You know, I log into like, hey, hey, do you want to look around? What's this? You know, like they're like giving and cool and generous with their time. Super cool people.
Yeah.
So Fornat especially, shout out to him because he's always been unbelievably kind and generous with me. So thank you for watching. Pride, thanks for joining me.
No problem. We got to do this again. And next time, maybe we don't go to the same city and do stuff you've already done.
Yes. Yes. I mean, whatever.
But yes. Everybody, go check out Fixxitt's channel. Fix does these sort of build studies all the time. ArdaCraft. You've done some other places too. I know you've done Germsy Boy's World. That's actually how I found you.
Wow. You're the one who watched that video.
I was the one person, right? I know. There's only one view on that video. It's so weird. Germsy Boy has a beautiful world.
Germs refreshed it like 87 times, but other than that, yeah.
But yeah, so go check out Fix and check out Realm of Vasten. There's a lot of really nice people on there, and one person who doesn't play, Ninny.
Well, he has a new SMP. You can check out Pride's channel on literally every video I put out. It's always linked, and I will see you all. I'll see you all next time.
Yeah. See ya.
Bye.